Hey folks, Jason here. We're doing a Fate Reforged pre-release draft. Or, no, it's actually a release draft now. And we'll see what we get. This is an awesome new set full of a lot of bombs. You definitely want to open something big and or powerful. So we'll see where it leads us. Here we go. And it leads us to a Wild Call, which isn't a bad card. It might be the pick. I think it is. It's a pretty powerful, just beefy creature. It's X for an XX because it's manifest, and you even have a little bit of upside on that. There's not really anything else that speaks to me. Grim Contest is good. Dragon Bell Monk is good. Executioner is awesome in the right deck. Or maybe in general. It's a good card. It would probably be my second pick. I'm not sure how good Cash Defense is at this point, so I'm not going to, consider first picking it until I see it in action. Yeah, sure, we'll go Wild Call. Not exciting, but not a bomb, not money, but a powerful card nonetheless. Alright, we have Aven Surveyor. Ethereal Ambush is great. Hunt the Weak is fine. Fixing, great. I think Aven Surveyor is enough better than Hunt the Weak to be the pick here. It's super awesome. So we'll take it. Ethereal Ambush is also very good, but if we're going blue, let's take the more powerful card. So we have set us up with double green, double blue, so we have to be mindful of that. And maybe we don't play both, or maybe we stick hardcore to green-blue rather than trying to dip too far into Sultai or Temur. But speaking of dipping too far into Sultai or Temur, there's not much for us. I don't really want this Warbeast. Archers is sideboard in my opinion. Grim Contest is fine. I think we'll just take a Reach of Shadows and go Sultai maybe. It's just, almost unconditional removal is pretty good. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Doesn't mean we're stuck up on high cards, but they're all very powerful. So we'll see how our next few picks shape up, whether we stick in these colors, whether we abandon one or two of these cards. We'll want to start addressing fixing fairly soon, given our mana commitments on what we've taken so far. Alright, Rage Form is great, Heel Cutter is great, Sage is great, Whisk Away is great. These white cards are insane. Alright, so the question is, are any of these white cards really good enough to lure us away from the Aven Surveyor, possibly into Abzan? Abzan is very good. Sansept Outcast is incredible though. And so the other option is like a Whisk Away and staying in blue and trying to tie our other powerful cards to blue cards. It's an interesting question that I'm not sure about. But I think Sansept Outcast is good enough that I'm willing to jump from blue if it happens. Okay, we have Dousing Gloom here, which will likely be the pick, because I can see us going Sultai or Abzan at this point, so black is in there. Black and green are sort of our keys. Ethereal Ambush is very good, but that does lock us into blue, means the Outcast isn't going to be played. So I'm going to take Dousing Gloom. Hunt the Weak might be better, but this is an instant, it's early. And yeah, we'll see what's up. Alright, well there's another Aven Surveyor, and I think that's going to be just better than anything white we pull, so I'm happy to jump back on board. Okay, cool. I don't think that was a bad pick. I like to stay open, take the best cards, but Avon Surveyors are like, yeah, some of the best cards. Here we do get another chance at a Whisk Away. Our other options are some Ogres, which I'm not super crazy about. Vanguard with the dash, and Abzan Kingguard with sometime lifelink. So the question here is right into being or Whisk Away. We are low on creatures, especially low drops. So like a 3-drop creature and a Scry is actually pretty good. I think Whisk Away is more powerful though. You can get creatures. Alright, so what do we take here? White is really open. So is blue though, so that's good. I think it's looking like blue is our main color just because these are so high. So the question is, do we take another 5-drop creature for the ground, or do we take a 5-drop draw spell? I think a creature's probably better. I like drawing cards, but I want to start getting my creature count up. Obviously, we don't want them all to be 5-drops, because that's awkward. Angler, Krushock, Rakshasa's Disdain. I'll reserve Judgment on Boomkeg until someone plays it against me. I guess we'll just take another Krushock. It means like we're done on high drops. Like if we get another 5 or 6 drop, we need to take these out. Ethereal Ambush is awesome. Again, 5s. Like this is absolutely insane, and even this is really big. So we know what we're looking for. We're looking for 2 drops, 3 drops, morphs, and removal and fixing. If we open a big bomb, obviously we'll take it. But we'll need to trim the 5s as it is because yikes. It's pretty awful. Alright, Archers of Karsi, Return to the Earth, Ancestral Vengeance. I think I take a Return to the Earth for the sideboard. Karsi's not impressing me. Formless Nurturing is a 4-drop. Map the Wastes is a little ramp, which this deck probably needs. So 4-drop, ramp, another Whisk Away. With 2 Surveyors and a Whisk Away, I'm not crazy about the second one. That was a snap pick into ramp, and here's another Ethereal Ambush. So we are green-blue is a good place to be. And sure, Sultai Runemark. Sultai Runemark is the Death Touch one. Probably doesn't get played. So I am glad that we picked the ramp, because we're going to need it. We are definitely going to need it. Alright, what do we got here? Well, lots of good things. We probably don't want to empty the pits. And we probably don't want incremental growth just because, like, yeah, we're not going to have a lot of creatures out early unless our game really changes. I like Stalker. I like Loxodon. We're going to go with our Death Touch 2-drop that's always relevant. It's a perfect pickup for us. Okay. We have Fixing, we have a 1-drop, and we have a Sultai Charm. Sultai Charm is obviously very good. Destroying a monocolored creature is a powerful effect that you can usually find a place for. But we've seen that green-blue is very open, and Ethereal Ambush is a good card. So I actually think we can probably wheel the Sultai Charm. So the question is, do we want the creature, or do we want to get started on our Fixing? And I think I'll go with Fixing. Alright, Abzan Charm, Marak Nightblade, Alpine Grizzly, Throttle, Singing Bell Strike. For me, this is between the Ekblade and the Grizzly. Marak Nightblade, sorry. I used to call it Elk Blade, and then I called it Mare Elk Nightblade, and then it was just Mare Ek Nightblade. Yeah, I think the upside is higher here. Alpine Grizzly is not amazing. Alright. Scion of Glaciers, Water World, Crippling Chill, Dragon Scale Boon, Sandbar. I think we just want an early creature. Those are all powerful cards, but we want to survive the early game. We want to trade stuff off, etc. Scion of Glaciers might be better in a format that tends... It looks like it's going to tend a little more towards 2-color decks. So Scion of Glaciers is very good. It might have been the pick here, but we're not really a 2-color deck, and it's a 4-drop that we don't really need. Alright, so we have the choice here between... The same choice between the 1-drop and the Backwater. There's also a Highland game to consider. I'm likely to make the same choice. Because black is our splash, so we're not likely to have it on turn 1. And this enables our splash for the cards we do want to play. So, yeah. Still want to pick up creatures, but I'm happy to grab fixing. Blue is good fixing to get for the Aven Surveyors. Black lets us splash. Okay. It's not too bad, but it's not amazing. We want some like abominations I would really love. We might get them. Again, green blue looked open. Alright, Mandrill, Snowhorn Rider, Woolly Loxodon. I like Loxodon. Trade it off early if we have to. Super beats at the end of the game. Alright, here we have the same pick for the 3rd time. This time I'll go for the 1-drop, I think. It's encouraging to see them still in the pack, which means we might even get some of the other ones back. It works well with the Nightblade. So I am happy to have one. It wasn't that the deck didn't really want one, it was just that the it wasn't really likely to be a turn 1 play, and the fixing was more important. Here we have a Dragon Throne and a Kintree Warden. I don't think we really want to go for a Shambling Attendance at this point. I'm tempted to try the Dragon Throne. It's a powerful card. It's also very expensive, and our deck is already very expensive. I think it's just the Warden here, and maybe it holds down the ground early. Not a fun card, but I think this might be a deck that wants it, because we've got beef and powerful spells, but we need to get there. Nothing for us here, really. I don't even really want a Weave Fate, but I'll take one rather than hating like a random Salt Road Patrol. We'll take Shambles here. Probably more of a sideboard card. Alright. Wild Call's more like there. Lux is there. Okay, that might be there too. Singing Bell Strike or Blossoming Sands. I don't think we're going to make a white splash, so I'll take the Bell Strike. Do I want to like hate an aggressive creature? I think so, because no, I don't need the Dreadmaw. Alright, it's shaping up. I still feel like I need a finisher, though. I would really love some like abominations. We have a Return to the Earth, right? So I don't need to take that Naturalize. I can take another Shambles, although again, not likely. Alright. Let's do this. Alright, Icy Blast, Thornwood Falls, Treasure Cruise, good Abzan cards. I think Icy Blast is just too good to pass up. Become Immense, Ice Feather Aven, Ice Feather Aven. Okay, those were 2 very nice pickups. 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 2 very nice pic Very, very nice. Are we going to be able to get Ferocious on Icy Blast easily? We have the Crew Shocks. The Wild Call would probably be that big. Otherwise, probably not. Maybe we, well, we have Wooly. Maybe we have this guy outlasted a few times. I was trying to remember if I read some art that said this guy was actually female, so I was looking for flavor text, but I don't think so. Although I don't know how you really tell with an orc. I think you just don't ask. Alright, Scavenger, Force Away, Sagu Archer. I think I'm happy with a Scavenger here. Hopefully that's more of like a 4, well, probably 5. So we want a little defense for the early game. We're actually at 22 right now. And it's not bad. I wouldn't mind getting that Weave Fade out of there. We're at 12 creatures. Again, I wouldn't mind Abominations. An Abomination or two would be stellar. Because I don't like this curve. I just don't. Chief of the Scale, Frontier Bivouac, Scion, Stalker, Cantry Warden, Awaken the Bear, Sidisi's Pet. There are good cards from here. In here, I think I'm just gonna finish up my fixing. That'll be my third dual land, which is very good. All right, Sandbar, Dragon Scale Boon, or Monastery Flock. It's not Dragon Scale Boon. It's an interesting choice. I do want to be defensive. The only question is, do I want to be like trading defensive? Do I want to be blocking defensive? And I guess Monastery Flock actually does both. So it's probably a little better than the Sandbar there. Parapet is actually great. I love Parapet. I'm going to take this Weave Fade out, and I'm going to grab a Parapet. Parapet's one of my like favorite cards. It definitely is. Alright, we have Set Adrift. I'll just take a Sagu Archer. Alright, so we can start cutting down our 5 drops now. Which is going to be a little hard to do because they're mostly good. I guess we can cut the Warden. Maybe the Singing Bell Strike. But I definitely want to get a cut or two in here. Oh, don't forget the ambushes count as creatures. So let's take out a Crew Shock and maybe one of the ambushes. Could also consider Wild Call. Is Wild Call instant? Sorcery. Maybe we don't play Wild Call. Don't know why they're going off screen. And I don't know why the 4s are off from the 5s. Roar of Challenge, Sandbar, Dragon Scale Boon. I like Roar of Challenge a lot. I don't think this is the deck for it. I don't think I really want another Sandbar. I'm going to grab Dragon Scale Boon. It works with Nightblade well, actually. Cancel, Naturalize, Mastodon. I don't think we need Mastodon. We don't need another 5-drop. Let's take a cancel. We'll put it in the board for things we really, really, really can't deal with. Krumar, Smoke Teller, Highland Game. I don't know if Highland Game or Smoke Teller is better. I'm going to go with Smoke Teller. Because we are blue and there is that upside there. I've never had a deck in this format that really wanted Dutiful Return. I find it's an effect that's very useful, and actually when it's played against you, it's quite awful. I think I'll just take a Dragon Throw in here. Ooh, Awaken the Bear, Sidisi's Pet. How are we on creatures? We're at 14. I don't think Sidisi's Pet makes the cut, and an Awaken the Bear might. You can even play a banner if we want to, but we have three duels or triples, which is fine. A little off, but we do what we can. All right. So we need to make 3 cuts. I'm going to cut Singing Bell Strike. I want to keep Wild Call just because I want to play with the rares. This is a morph. Sandbar, Parapet, Air, Smoke Teller, Ice Feather, even. Okay. 2 more cuts though. I think I still like map the way so. Okay. We're at 16 creatures now. Plus Wild Call. Okay, 17 creatures. I feel like I should cut one of the Ethereal Ambushes, but I like them so much. They're like removal and dudes that could have upside. It's super powerful. Dragon Scale Boon or Awaken the Bear. I guess I'll cut Dragon Scale Boon. And how's our removal? I guess it's Awaken the Bear, Douse and Gloom, Whisk Away, Ice Feather, Aven, Surveyors. Our removal is actually fine, temporary or full. One more cut. Is it? I think it might be Monastery Flock. Yeah, sure. All right. So 13 creatures plus 2 Ethereal Ambushes plus 2 Wild Calls, actually 16 creatures. And yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, cool. I think this can do well. I was a little worried because we were super high on 5s, and we kind of still are, but I think our early game shaped up fairly well. All right. So this will be 8, 6, 8. I think we can get down to 5. 8, 5, 8. You know, I think 8 for the 2 is good enough. I think 8, 6, 8 is fine. It's a lot better than like 6, 6, 6. And we don't need more than 1 of anything until the Aven Surveyors and Wild Call. So I think that's fine. I think 8 blue sources to have 2 blue or 2 green on like turn 5 is in the acceptable range. Alright, cool. Submit, and we'll see you in round 1. See what we can do. I like this deck. I think it's tricksy enough that it can do well.